Hey everybody, Dustin Schmidt back here again today. A little bit of a different video this time. I recently went on a travel shoot for a client to do what was essentially event coverage. So a little bit of what I would call just kind of B-roll, walking around an event, capturing different things, and then a little bit of some on-the-fly interviews. So basically what the client was doing is they had a booth that was going to be at this kind of giant expo with a bunch of other different vendors, things like that. And so they wanted to get some coverage of their booth and just show what it is that their product does and how, they could take that then and market it to people on social media, things like that. So the job was to just kind of show up, be there all day, capture stuff as it was unfolding, try to grab some nice shots in between that really showcase the product and what the client does. And then somebody else was going to take all that footage and put together an edit. So the challenges for this was that I was going to be traveling and it was going to be a really quick, turn once I got on site. So there really wasn't going to be a whole lot of time to go pick up a bunch of rental gear, things like that. So I needed to bring everything I needed to shoot with. So I actually didn't even know where the event was going to take place in terms of the location and where they were set up until I got there. We got there the day before, so we had a little bit of time to go do a quick scout and just prepare things for the next day. Anytime I go do any of these travel type gigs, I try to plan for any of the, eventualities or headaches or things that could pop up. And usually that means overpacking. In this situation, it was a little bit of the same. I packed a little bit too much stuff, but I would rather do that than show up and not have the stuff that I need. If you're doing airline travel, a quick tip that the best case that you can use for airline travel is a Pelican 1615. It is the max allowable airline size. If you get the Pelican Air 1615, then it's also the lightest weight case that at least Pelican makes. I'm sure there's some other, companies that make similar, cases to that. SKB is one. I'm trying to think of some others. If you guys know, put them down in the comments. But it's the perfect size for airline travel. I recommend a Pelican hard-sided type of case because it's going to keep your gear safe when it's getting tossed around, by baggage handlers. So something that's just sturdy and is going to keep your stuff safe. Hey guys, Dustin Schmidt here again. I'm on a travel shoot today and I had to pack a couple different cases to bring out here. So I wanted to show a little bit of what I brought out on this shoot. I've got two Pelican 1615s here. This one with some padding and this one without. Got a bunch of clothes in here as well. But the reason this one is without padding is I was bringing a light stand and the light stand just fits. There it is. Without the padding. With the padding, it was actually a little bit too long. I don't actually think I'm going to use the light stand now that I brought it. I had no idea what I was working with. I had to get here a day early and see what the setup was for the client. So, but that's what you do. You pack stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I've got the two Pelicans. I've got a backpack here. It's an Atlas athlete pack. Pretty big backpack. It's got camera compartment on the back, and I'll go through what I've got in there. And then I've got this roller bag, which is the Think Tank Photo Airport Derby roller. And that's got my gimbal cam, Canon R5C, and lenses that I brought for this, which this is a run and gun kind of shoot. So I brought Canon 70 to 200 2.8 for long lens kind of B-roll. I've got a Canon 18 to 80, the kind of the cine zoom there, which is a great B-roll lens, kind of all-around lens, except it's more of an outdoor lens. And I didn't know if we were going to be outdoor or indoor, believe it or not. And it looks like we're going to be indoor, so may not be using that lens. Luckily, I also brought just the good old 24 to 70 2.8 version 2, better inside for low light. And then I've got a 24 mil 1.4 L2, which is going to be my gimbal lens. So that's gimbal camera lenses. Inside of this bag, the Atlas Athlete Pack, I've got the red Komodo, as well as V-mount batteries, 3 air blower, and a follow focus, bright tangerine follow focus here. So that is for operating the Canon 18-80 on an easy rig. And here in this big bag, we've got an Easy Rig Mini Max, DJI RS2 gimbal. And then over here, we've got tripod with the head removed. This is the Sattler Flowtech 75, the carbon legs, and the FSB 8 head. This just fits in here with the padding the tripod does, which is fantastic if you take the head off. And then all the handheld bits and stuff for the Easy Rig to put that all together on the Komodo. Also brought my drone in case we were going to do some drone stuff. And again, wasn't entirely sure where the location was going to be, and found out that we're only about 3 miles from an airport, so we'll not be flying the drone for this. Sometimes good to know this stuff before you pack, but this is honestly sometimes how it goes. You know where you're showing up and you know a little bit, but you don't get to really scout everything until the day before, which we did yesterday. So I'll try to get some B-roll here later of the setup. There's the old laptop, and that's what we got going for this gig here. So that was kind of the process of what I brought and what my thinking was. I don't have a lot of footage from the event. I was too busy shooting, didn't really get any BTS stuff. But let's check out the video now that they turned around with that footage, and then we'll come back.
Awesome! It was awesome. 2 words, uniquely impressive.
It was fun. I'd do it again.
Everybody loves to hit bombs.
So that was the video. It was a mixture of stuff shot on the red Komodo and on the Canon R5C. Those were my 2 primary cameras for the shoot. The Komodo was on an Easy Rig that I would switch between, you know, have it on the rig and then just dropping off on a tripod if I was going to switch over to my R5C. And then the R5C was on a gimbal, on a DJI RS2 gimbal. Most of the slow motion tracking stuff is gimbal shots, although there is a bit of slow motion with the Komodo as well, just kind of doing a little bit of that, you know, Easy Rig kind of sway type stuff. And all of the slow-mo on the Komodo was shot at 5K, I think 48. Also shot a bunch on the Komodo at real-time 6K 24. And then I believe all of the Canon R5C stuff was shot 4K, probably also around 48 or 60. I'd have to go back and check. But so quick one today, just something to check out, you know, a little bit of how a shoot like this comes together and what the end result is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.